Hi everyone, this is Steve with Otaku Henshin. We just got in our S.H.Figuarts Cure Beat order, so she is now available for sale on our website, otakuhenshin.com, and of course we're going to be doing a video review of her now. So let's take a quick look at the box first, so we can see the window with the figure showing through, and then down here you can see those little pegs with the hands slightly. You can see one of her poses right here, and then in English here it says Cure Beat, and then again in katakana, Cure Beato. You can see the sweet Precure logo here, Toei Animation, Bandai Collector Shop, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai symbols, as well as the S.H.Figuarts logo. Taking a look at the first side, we can see one of her poses, and you can also see how thick this box is. It's definitely one of the bigger ones. Here's another pose on this side. On the top. And the back here. As usual on the back, we can see some different facial expressions that she comes with. You can see her with the love guitar rod in both the guitar and soul rod mode. And right here in katakana, it says Precure Hatofuru Bito Raku. So let's go ahead and open her up now, and we'll take a look at everything she comes with. Taking a look really quick at just how this is packaged, we can see the figure and the faces and hands are all in the front. And then in the back, there is a separate piece that has the stand and then the two forms of the love guitar rod. Of course, we do have our instructions as well. So taking a look at the stand first, this is actually a really unique looking stand. I've never seen Figuarts yet that has one of these extra pieces, but the way that this was intended, this is supposed to help prop up the guitar, and I'm not sure if it's really needed or not, but we'll find out once we get her set up. But you can see on here we do have where it says Sweet Precure and Cure Beat. As far as popping this in too, you just have to pull out these little pieces here. So you could actually put this in either side. I just put it in on this side here. So you can just take a little look here. This is a little bit different too on the end. Next, let's take a look at the love guitar rod here. And this one, we can see that the fairy tone does come out at the top. And unfortunately, this does not slide, which is why they gave us two different guitars. Here we have it in the soul rod mode. And you can see that, again, this fairy tone does come out as well. As far as the hands, we have some hands that are pointing. We have ones for holding the guitar, some fists here, so quite a few different hands, and these pegs do separate and stack in however way you want them to. We have the extra neck piece if you want to keep her head stiff. And then as far as the faces here, the first one here is actually really similar to the one that comes on her. The only difference is that on that one she has a little bit of a smile, and this one she has a straight face. You can see her mouth is pretty much a straight line there. Next we have a much happier looking face with her mouth open. And then finally we have her battle face. Now, as far as the figure, let's take a closer look at first the face. We can see, as I mentioned, she has a little bit more of a smirk to her face than she did in that other one where it was just a straight mouth there. And we can see her hair here is quite detailed. And as the newer Precure Figuarts have been, this is actually a very light piece, so it is quite posable. It does not weigh her down or have issues staying up. You can see in her shoulders she has quite a bit of movement here. In our elbows and in the wrists. Of course the head too. Now her upper body has some motion in it. Her actual waist though does not, just because this is a really solid piece of plastic here. And then of course in her legs, knees, and in the ankles. And we can just take a closer look at her outfit here. And then of course, as usual, you just pop off the front of the hair. When you want to change the face out, then the face will come out. I know that's usually pretty tight in there when you get one that's brand new. So this of course is giving me a little bit of trouble. There we go. Well, kind of popped her head off there. Okay, so now we can see her with her smiling face here. So let's go ahead and get her in some different poses for you guys and see what she can do. Taking a look at this first pose, we can see her holding the guitar, and admittedly the guitar does feel a bit loose, but you can see I actually have it resting against her skirt, so in that case you don't really need that stupid little piece in the way, kind of making the figure look a little bit ugly having a bar in front of her. So let's just go ahead and spin her around for you. Next we have her with the soul rod mode. Here's just a quick in the air battle pose. Finally, here's a pose after using the Heartful Beat Rock and the finale of the attack when she's in the air. So there's definitely a lot that I like about this figure. Precure Beat being one of my favorite Precure of all time certainly is part of that. But as I mentioned, I love that they have been continuing to do that with the hair, that it's actually a lighter piece of plastic, so it makes it much easier to pose. I think she definitely comes with quite a lot of different options for posing with the various hands and faces she comes with. The only things that I wish that were a little bit different were the fact that, as I mentioned, it would be nice if this piece would slide up and down instead of having two separate love guitar rods. I think that would have been a nice addition. Also, I wasn't much of a fan of this piece, but I'm glad to know that you don't really need it. And then as far as on the back with this ribbon here, it'd be nice if these actually moved outward, but I'm not going to complain too much on that. It still looks pretty nice, and it's not like it's stiff where it doesn't move at all. And then the one last thing that bothers me a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal, is that because of where this ribbon is, and then the ribbon on the front, as you can see, you kind of have to put the stand-in on an angle into her waist, because otherwise it's not going to be able to grip it properly because of those kind of being in the way. But like I said, that's not really that big of a deal. I like to try to pose them that you can't even see the stand anyway. As far as the Sweet Precure Figuarts go, we do have melody, rhythm, and beat now. So all we need is Cure Muse and we'll have the full set. Unfortunately, we still don't know when Cure Muse will be released. I had expected that after Cure Beat, the next one to be released would either be Cure Muse or Cure Ace. But if you guys have seen, it actually is going to be Cure Flora. She was announced to be released in August. Unfortunately, with Cure Flora being released next, even though I really like her a lot, it does disappoint me though, because I feel that they will most likely do the other Go Princess Precure Figuarts first before going back to do Cure Muse or Cure Ace to finish those sets off. I could be wrong though, so we'll just wait and see who gets announced next. As mentioned, Cure Beat is now available for sale on our website, otakuhenshin.com. Make sure if you're interested, you do get her soon though, because we only have a few in stock, and since these were pre-order only type of items, that we will not be getting any more in after that. You can check us out on our Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter, which will be linked in the video description. And make sure to subscribe to our channel to keep up with our latest video reviews. Thanks for watching, you guys, and see you next time.